Good morning. This is Glade Sessions, and today is Thursday, March 19th. And I'm finally getting out to my bees and getting into them and really seeing what's going on today. This is the first time I've been able to do that. Life's been just a little hectic. I've had some hand surgery. You probably can't see that, but and that's really kind of set me back. And I've not been able to do much, so I'm just kind of been going stir crazy, but things are better now. At least it's healed up enough that I can get out and do things. So I'm out today just checking hives and seeing what they're doing. Things have been warm here. We've had an abnormally warm winter and completely dry winter, almost no precipitation to speak of. And the bees I was really kind of worried about them burning through their food stores quicker than they normally would, just because it's been so warm. But the bees have actually fared quite well, I think. They haven't burned through as many of their food stores as I thought they would. So things are looking good. As always, I've got a few hives that did. They ate everything they had, and I've had to feed them. And I've got a few hives that didn't touch any of the extra sugar that I gave them, and they still have plenty of honey left in their top super. So pretty typical. So today's goal is just to kind of get in these hives, clean off the bottom board, and see where they're at. We should be either in the middle or getting towards the end of our spring turnover. But I think I've got a couple of hives here that are going to be really too big, and I may need to be pulling them back. So we'll get into them, just to kind of see how they are. Hopefully nothing's going too crazy. Talked to a few beekeepers around here, and sounds like everybody around here's kind of had the same experience. Bees fared pretty well over the winter, and hives are looking strong. So hopefully that's what we found. I did give these hives a pollen patty about a week ago, so we'll see if they've eaten all of that, and just see how they're doing. Hopefully we've got some good hives left here, and we'll get into it. Okay, let's get into this first colony and just see where we're at here. This is one that was probably a little bit light, and I've pulled off one box, and I left them their sugar because they seemed to need it, but they're not eating it a whole lot, so we may pull this sugar shim off yet. Most of the rest of them I've already done that. So let's just kind of set this to the side for a second. And let's see how they're doing. About 3 weeks ago was the first time I'd really gotten into the bees at all. And as I got into them, they all seemed to just barely had started raising some brood. So I should be seeing some good capped brood by now. We'll just kind of be careful here. Start from the outside, see how much honey they've got. Make sure the queen's in there. Okay, so that's most of a frame of honey there. So they haven't starved by any means. And this frame's all honey still. So there's still plenty of, you most likely have honey on this other side. That's probably why they're not eating the sugar too much. So I am looking for the queen, if I can find her. I like to make sure she's marked. And we'll just sneak our way through here. Oh, so we've got some good capped brood here. That looks really good. Got to be emerging right here. Got one here and one here. So this was laid up just about 3 weeks ago, which is exactly what I was saying. I think they all started just about 3 weeks ago. So I think this is really about the first round of brood for these gals. And that means they're just working through that spring turnover. Don't want to disrupt that too much if I can help it. I'm looking down in there, and I can see down in the bottom that there's quite a few bees. I can see the remnants of the wrapper for the pollen patty. So they've taken that pollen patty and converted it to bees. That looks really good. Haven't found the queen yet. She's here somewhere. So that makes 3 frames of brood here. Oh, look, I've even got a drone. Whether he's this year's drone or whether he's a leftover from last year, I don't know. So there's 3 good frames of brood. Make that 4 frames of brood. This is all pollen. Wow. Yeah, that's all pollen. The whole thing. This side's not. It's got some pollen, a little bit of food stores. Again, I didn't see my queen. And then I'm seeing honey on this frame. And this frame doesn't look like it's got too much on it. Oh, honey. So I didn't see my queen, but I've got 5 good frames of brood there. They've got plenty of honey stores, so I think I can take away the sugar shim. I would like to most of what was up here was capped brood. I would like to go down to the next box down just to get a feel for how much brood's down in the bottom. I didn't see a lot of open larvae, so the queen may have moved down here. You can see the pollen patty I gave him is gone. Here's the remnants. Probably get rid of that little piece of paper. Oh, they're still chewing on it. We'll let them chew on it. Tiny bit of honey there. They've got some honey there. They've got some pollen there. Oh yeah, the queen's been down here in the bottom. You can kind of see the bottom half of that circle from the brood nest. Both sides. This hive's getting ready to expand and will grow fairly quickly here. More capped brood. Now this frame, they didn't draw it all the way out. And over winter, they've harvested some of the wax that's been on this frame. And so they're unlikely to draw this out any further unless I put some wax on it. Same on this side. So this frame needs to have a little wax added to it. I've got pollen down around the bottom of this. I'm seeing some larvae in here. Okay, I'm to the edge of my brood nest now. pollen, so I must have missed the queen, probably back up in the top box. I didn't see her down here. She's unlikely to be on these outside frames. Yeah. There's good pollen stores, so I'm not worried about pollen for them. Plenty of that. I must be out of practice. I can't find a queen. I know she's here. She's got eggs, so I'm not worried about the hive being queenless. You can see they're nice and calm. Well, I didn't see her, even going through the box twice. Still didn't find her. Well, I'm not going to spend any more time on her. Just close these gals up nicely. So I've got about 5 frames of brood right here in the middle, and then more brood the bottom half of that brood nest down in the lower box. So this hive looks really good right at the moment. They're going to grow here in about, I'd give them another 2-3 weeks. They're going to need some more space, and we'll give it to them at that point. But for now, I like to keep my hives just a little bit, shall we say, snug. And that one's going to be nice and snug here in the next little bit. So I like that. That one's good to go. Now this box looks like to be mostly honey up here. I don't think I really need to even look in this box. Oh yeah. Again, here's the remnants of our pollen patty. Not much left there. They went through that pretty quick. Even though there's some natural pollen coming in, there for a few days there was quite a bit. I think it was mostly aspen trees. Good pollen there, a little bit of honey. Straight into cap brood. It's a pretty good pattern. Again, we're probably just seeing the top half of the brood nest here. I suspect if I go down, I'll see more. I'm seeing some eggs and larvae around the edge. Good brood pattern. Nice and solid. And they're putting in some drone brood right there. All of this is eggs and larvae right through here. There's my queen. She's last year's queen. Doing well. Alright, so that's pretty much 2 frames of brood. Let's see how much more these gals have. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful brood pattern. Beautiful. 3 frames of brood. 4 frames of brood, both sides, all capped brood. Easily 5 frames of brood. Alright, that's beautiful. Just what I want to see this time of year. Great brood pattern. Plenty of brood coming. Again, this hive's going to expand here quickly in about a couple of weeks. Should be able to probably pull a split off of these gals in about a month. Top box is full of honey. Okay, now I haven't cleaned off the bottom board yet, so I'm gonna kind of put the lid on, and I'll use my hive lifter to pick these boxes up. Just take a little bit of the weight off. Break that. Get them off the bottom board. Now let's see if that'll raise. Beautiful. You can see the bottom board's not too bad. I like to just help clean them. Help them clean out that bottom board. Oh, and this one looks very similar to the last one. Looks like this top box is mostly full of honey. Set it off to the side. Yep, not quite as full. Okay, they're still eating on this. Got a little bit of drone brood between the frames, between the boxes. That means they know spring's here. Let's set this off to the side just a little bit. It's kind of drying out. They may not, they'll eat some more of that, but they may not want the rest of that. That's all honey, mostly honey. Oh, now I'm into eggs and larvae. Eggs and larvae on this side as well. Cap brood, great brood pattern. It's just perfect. Exactly what I want to be seeing. It's about 3 frames of brood. There's a 4th frame. Nice brood pattern. Liking this. As soon as all that brood emerges, this hive's going to explode too. A little bit of drone. In fact, I've got a drone emerging right here. There's another frame of brood. She must be down the bottom box. Here's my queen. Right here. She's a last year's queen. 2 years ago. And I would like her marked, but my gloves are pretty yucky right at the moment. So I'm going to do a different technique here. If I can, I'm just going to very carefully hold her down and give her a little touch-up paint. And there's something I don't want to see. Wasps. This is not what I want to be seeing right now. In the wasp world, the queens are what overwinter. So if you put your wasp traps out this time of year when those queens are starting to emerge, you're most likely going to catch the queens and thereby prevent them from establishing a nest. And that will severely cut down your wasp population come summer. Everybody waits till summer to start putting those traps out. If you do it now, it's way more effective. All right, another hive that looks really good. All right, I got through all of those 8 hives and they look really good. I'm amazed how good the brood patterns look. And most of these queens here in this yard are 2-year-old queens. So 2024 queens, green dot. And they look great. Brood patterns look amazing. Most of these hives have somewhere between 5 and 10 frames of brood. Most of them are in that 6-7 frames of brood range. And brood patterns look excellent. Food stores look good. Had the one hive that's not doing quite as well. It's a little bit further behind. When I checked it the first time, I wasn't sure they had a queen, but they do have a queen, and her brood pattern still looks good. She's an older queen, but Still looks good. So I had one hive that was 10 plus frames of brood. It's just going gangbusters, so I pulled a couple of frames of capped brood out of it, gave it to the small hive. That'll give it a boost, hopefully calm the other one down a little bit. I'm not worried about swarming yet. We're probably at least a month away before swarming season really kind of kicks in around here. And other than that, these look really good. I'm pleasantly surprised. So I'll be checking my other yards in the next couple of days. So hopefully they all look this way. If so, we're going to be in pretty good shape this year. Hope your bees are doing well. Have a great day.